Some of you may know a Popeye animated film has been in the works over at Sony Studios for some time now. However, the project now seems to be in doubt as director Genndy Tartakovsky has announced that he has left the project and isn't sure that Sony is going to move ahead with it or not. Jeanette buyers sell that this Popeye animated film will actually happen.
Boy, that's a tough one. I'm going to sell the Popeye film because Genndy left. Genndy is a particular auteur, cartoonist, animation director. He did the animated Clone Wars. He's been involved in so many different things. Samurai Jack is the thing that kind of put him on the map for Cartoon Network. And it's disappointing. They put out I guess it was about a 1 minute little teaser. I don't know if you guys saw that online, and that was indicative of what he was going for with Popeye. And it was very much so like that 1930s style Popeye animation, but done full 3D. So I was actually that was my only interest in seeing that film, is because Genndy was involved. Now that he's not involved, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I'm going to sell the fact or the idea that this is ever actually going to happen. First of all, I don't think it was ever a good idea to start with. I've never once ever heard in a casual conversation, you know what movie they should make? Popeye. And I know a lot of people like that sizzle reel they put out maybe it was about a year ago. I did not. I watched it and I was like, man. Now, you're right, though. His name brought some credibility to it. Dude created the Powerpuff Girls. He created Dexter's Lab. He directed that other animated film for Sony, Hotel Transylvania, made a lot of money for the studio. And he's directing the sequel that's coming out as well. So obviously there's a relationship there. They like what he does, but for whatever reason, it just sounds like it's falling off the tracks, and I'm totally fine with that. I'd like to see him do something else anyway. Sure. So for me, I sell that it's actually going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not dying to see a Popeye movie either, but I'm buying that it's going to happen eventually. I think it's at Sony, and we all see from the Ghostbusters news, Sony loves taking any property that people have heard of and just wrangling everything they can out of it. So I don't have my finger on the pulse of 6-year-olds. So I don't know if they're aware of Popeye in the same way.
There's a police incident in there somewhere.
Right. That goes back to why
Ellis does have his finger on the pulse of all 6-year-olds.
The 6-year-old thought process. Do they watch Smurfs? Do they watch Peanuts? Those are now going to be movies. I mean, Smurfs have already been films.
Right.
And you have SpongeBob. So I think that anytime you have a cartoon property that people have heard of, they want to make it a movie. And I think that this eventually will happen. Obviously not with this director, but I don't need to see it. I think it's going to happen eventually.
I think they should have went dark and just started Brutus, and it's live action. It's about the guy who gets beat down all the time. It's like, Popeye's always beating me. I don't like spinach, You could have went the other way.
Just him versus olive oil in court. I'd love to see that go down.
The trial of Brutus.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.